In this tutorial, we'll be implementing the search bar and the error view. With the search bar, we can filter on the type of products that we are looking for. For example, if I was trying to search for all the iPhones in the system, to type in iPhone. But if I was trying to search for a product that doesn't exist, such as ABC, then it will display this error view, which is error, no records found in list. That's what we're doing in this tutorial today. So this is part 5 of the tutorial. Within your SwiftUI project, create a new SwiftUI view. Name this view search bar. We can delete the preview between line 16 and 20. And add the following: at binding bar search text, the purpose of line 11, the at binding, is to make the search text bidirectional so that the search text communicates from the content view to the search bar view and vice versa. Within our body, we need to delete the text, which is on line 14. Create a HTAG. Text field. Product search. Text. $, search text. Add a bit of style, padding, vertical 10, dot padding, horizontal 20, dot background, dot grey, dot opacity 0.2, dot corner radius 8, dot overlay. For the overlay, we need to create another HTAG. And the purpose of the overlay is to include the magnifying glass symbol within the search bar, system, name, magnifying glass. Dot foreground color, grey, spacer. Search text was spelled incorrectly, so on line 11 we need to correct the error in the spelling. It should be C and not X. and on line 16 there's an error. It should be text and not text. D at the end should just be text. Next thing we need to do is to check to see if the search text is empty. We do that by using this if statement. So if not search text empty, that means it contains a value. Action. So if it's not empty, then set it to empty. Image, system, name. And the purpose of setting the search text to empty again is to enable the user to perform another search or filter, so it gets rid of their current search or filter. Dot foreground color, dot grey, dot padding, dot trailing, dot 8. Dot on a pair, so we don't really need dot on a pair. So we just use dot padding horizontal just to make the layout a little bit neater. Just compile it to see if it works or not. It's compilable or not. So that part is done. The next thing we need to do is to create our error view. No, let's not create the error view now. Let's add the search bar to the content view. So open your content view. And then on lines 28, where we added the comment, show search bar, enter the following: search bar search text $ search text. This is what we're passing. Search text is the state variable that we're passing to the search bar view. Dot text field style rounded border text field style. Dot padding dot horizontal dot accessibility identifier search bar. The dot accessibility is needed when we're doing UI tests. And then the next thing we need to do is near the bottom, we've done it already, the on change, so that doesn't need to be done. But let's run it. I think it will work now. So we should be able to filter and search the list using the search bar. Let's see if we can filter. So I'm going to try to filter for iPhone X. Yeah, so it's filtering iPhone, so it's located all the iPhones, but there's only 2 iPhones on there. But I want the iPhone X, so it filters for the iPhone X. Click on the iPhone X row, and then it's displayed the actual product within the detailed view. To get rid of the search text in the search bar, we just click on the X. And that X is what we've done about 5 minutes ago, which is in the search bar file, which is here. This is the X. So when we click on the X, it will assign blanks to the search text, so it gets rid of any information stored in a variable. The next view we need to create is the error view. So we need to create a new SwiftUI view and name it error view. And to make our structure a little bit neater, we can select the 3 views that we're creating at the moment, which is content view, search bar, and error view. The search bar, that should have the word view at the end, but you can do that later if you want to. So I'll just put these 3 files into a folder, and I'll name that folder views. Just to make it a little bit neater, so it looks more like MVVM. And the product response, that should have a folder called model. So we can just do that now. Because we're only using one model anyway, so I just called it model. And with the extension, we can just move it down below the view model folder. I think it moved it inside. Let me move it back up. We can move it down below. The API class, yeah, just move it into the model folder just to make it a little bit neater. So now rename the model to be models, because there's more than one model. I'll just run it again just to make sure I haven't broken anything. Just a little test, iPhone or Androids. Are there any Androids? Galaxy. Yeah, there's Galaxy. So now, within our error view, we need to do the following. Delete our preview. We're not using that. The reason why I don't use previews on tutorials because my MacBook is very slow. Because I need to buy a new MacBook. That's why I don't use previews in a tutorial. Because it will delay the video too much when I'm doing it. And sometimes Xcode crashes when I'm using previews. Type in the following within your error view. Let error message string the purpose of the error message variable is to display an error message on the screen at environment open bracket backslash dot presentation mode var presentation mode. The purpose of lines 12 is to dismiss, get rid of the current screen. At binding var error happened bool. The purpose of the error happened boolean variable, it's a bidirectional variable that communicates within the content and the error view so that the content view knows when to show the error or not. So if an error has happened, the content view will show the error on the screen, like the error view on the screen. If the error hasn't happened, the content view will not show the error view or the error message on the screen. At binding var search text. Delete line 17, add a spacer, a VStack, image, system, name, exclamation, mark, dot, triangle. Oh, there's an error. I mean, exclamation mark is spelled incorrectly. Should be a little m and not a capital M. Exclamation mark, dot, triangle, dot, fill, dot, font, dot, system, size 100, dot, foreground, color dot red. So the exclamation mark, that's the error message image that's displayable when there's no records that relates to our search criteria within the search bar. And then we need to display the actual error message, which is error. And then the information of the error, which is in a variable called title. No, not in a variable called title. This is the font style. The information of the error is in the error message variable, which is this one here, which we're doing next. So now we're just styling the text error element. Font weight dot bold dot foreground color black dot fixed size horizontal and vertical. So we just select the second one. We can enter it manually if you want to. False, vertical true, dot padding, top 16. So now we're doing we're going to show the error message. So if the error message, was it a codable, a decoding codable error? Was it a network error, a URL error, that type of message? Font weight, we don't need font weight. For dot font, we just need body and color is grey. Yeah, this is the same, so we leave that alone. And for padding, let's make it horizontal with a space of 20 pixels. And then we need to create a button so that the user can dismiss the error view. Self dot error happened equals false. Search text equals comma comma. Clear the search text. Presentation mode dot wrap value dot dismiss the view, get rid of the view, and then display an OK button with the word OK. Dot font. I'll just copy and paste what we've done previously and just change some things around. Dot font. Dot headline. Font weight. We don't need no font weight. Foreground color is white. Dot padding. Dot vertical 12. dot padding dot horizontal 20. We can get rid of the fit size on line 47. Dot background color is dot blue. We can get rid of the last padding on line 48. And then we add another padding on line 49. Dot padding top 24. Anywhere after line 50, just add the following: dot padding 24. Dot frame max width dot infinity max height dot infinity dot background dot white dot edges ignore safe area dot all, and a spacer just to push it up a bit. And then now we need to go back to the content view. I'll just compile it first just to make sure. Now we go back to the content view, and then within the show error comments that we added previously, we need to add the following. So on line 25, just add the following: error view error message. So now we're going to pass in the error message, self error message. And then we don't need the presentation mode. Just need the error message, error happened. $, error happened. And the search text, $, search text. And then we need to assign dot accessibility identifier error view. Oh, that should be search text, not search. Let's compile it again. And then we just copy and paste. Really, this should be within a usable method within the view model somewhere. Maybe you can add that another time. So for the error message parameter, we want the message no records found in list. And then for the error happened parameter, we need the no records found after filter. And then for the identifier, we just assign no records for found error view. And then, yeah, I think that should work now. I'll just test it. So now let's just do a search for Samson, which is this one here, the third one. Oh yeah, there's more than one, so there's two. Samsung Galaxy Book. Now let's do a search for something that's not in the actual array. As you can see, it displayed the error because the item isn't in the array. It's not in the system. So to dismiss the view, we just click on OK. And then the view is dismissed and all the records are repopulated again in the list. Delete that comment because we don't need it now. And what else do we need to do? Checking. So next week we'll start to add some UI, some unit tests. So we'll start on the product view model for the unit tests. And that's what we're doing next week's tutorial. Thank you for joining us. If you found this tutorial helpful, please comment, like and subscribe. See you next week.